All right, guys, here we go. We got a Jonah Hill update, I guess. Just so you guys know, quick recap: Jonah Hill had dated a girl once, and she, 2 years after they broke up, came forward and said, "Hey, look at these things he texted me about the boundaries of his relationship. Some of them were a little weird, but most of it was just weird that he wrote it out. You know, um." It's like when you bake a cake. It's not really weird, and then you write it out. And you're like, eggs, and then you just eat the eggs and all the other ingredients, but it doesn't taste the same. Where am I going with this? I don't even know. Anyway, that happened, and like everybody's like, "Oh my God, Jonah Hill's like a horrible person." Not really. He set boundaries. He wasn't trying to entrap the girl in a relationship. He had boundaries, and she didn't want to adhere to them, so she could just leave. The issue is when those boundaries are like, is forced. If it's like, if you don't do this, you have to stay with me. Blah blah blah. That didn't happen. He was just like, if you don't want to do this, then we can't be together. Who cares? Anyway, I guess somebody named Alexia Nicholas came forward. She was on Zoe 101. And about how Jonah Hill is a predator, I guess. So that's interesting. She's 31 as of right now. He's 38, I believe. So I think he's 8 years older than her. So she's 31, and Jonah Hill is 39. So he's 8 years older than her. So let's see what we got here. A lawyer for Jonah Hill is denying the latest allegations against him, this time by Nickelodeon alum Alexa Nicholas, who claimed the Moneyball star assaulted her while she was a teen. That's terrible. I will say, though, that Nickelodeon's not doing too well. All the feet stuff with that guy, Danny Dingle, I forget his last name. So, the Oscar nominee and Superbad actor 39 slammed the claims as a complete fabrication and dismissed the Zoe 101 actress 31 as a demonstrably unreliable. Marty Singer told Deadline. Who the hell is that guy? Nicholas took to Twitter over the weekend to accuse Jonah Hill of forcing himself on her when she was a teenager. Claims made after his ex-surf instructor, Sarah Brady, accused of the new dad of being a misogynist narcissist. Is this what she looks like at 39? Because she looks like she's got like Andy Milonakis syndrome. She looks so young, but she's like an adult now. Or is this a picture from when she was a kid? Is this her now? The only reason she looks. Wait, I'm so confused. Why are all the pictures look of her? This is her now, I'm assuming. I guess I wanted to see her face, but okay. Thanks for the zoom in on her fucking tits. Incredible. The only reason I'm questioning this is because it's just an interesting way of framing. Okay, this is insane with the ads. She looks like she's actually older. Like, she looks more age appropriate. Like, at her. Wow, is that her? Was she trans? I'm very confused. Anyway, what I'm getting at is it feels like this is a picture of Jonah Hill now, and this looks like a picture of her when she was younger. And it seems like maybe they're trying to put a picture of her when she's younger next to him now to try to almost suggest to you that things are potentially like worse than they really are. I'm not saying things aren't bad. We haven't really got into it, but it's an interesting framing narrative of like, putting them next to each other like this. Because this looks like her when she was a teenager. This looks like him when he's a now ager. But I just gotta say, when I was 16, I got invited to a house party at Justin Long's house. So he would have been 24. Nicholas wrote in her thread alleging that at one point, and also the way he's looking here, he's got scary eyes. So maybe they chose this scary looking picture just to kind of like reinforce the idea that he might be a predator. Because look at that. He's not smiling or laughing. This isn't a good picture of him. This is a very serious, almost intimidating picture of Jonah Hill, which is weird because Jonah Hill is the least intimidating person in the world. Anyway, she was 16. She got invited. Nicholas wrote in her thread alleging that at one point Hill slammed me into the door and shoved his tongue down my throat. I was so appalled I pushed him off of me and ran inside. Wow, what the fuck? Okay. Elsewhere in the thread, Nicholas said she had been traumatized by men in Hollywood. I believe that. It is truly sad that traumatic events I have lodged in my body and mind. Things have to change, she said. This type of predatory behavior was hyper-normalized when I was a kid. I'm proud to see women standing up to abuse now. Well, that woman wasn't abused. The surfer wasn't abused. She's a faker. She had some bad interactions in a relationship, which is very normal, and then she decided like 2 years later to try to cancel him. This incident in question never happened, Singer told Deadline. Oh, Singer isn't. He's not a singer. That's his lawyer, I think. referring to Nicholas as a serial accuser who has made assorted accusations against multiple men in the entertainment industry. I mean, like, that's the thing is, I don't doubt that multiple men did something. It's possible that Jonah Hill did something. It's also possible that because she's been fucking predatorized by so many different men in the industry, that she might have had like an interaction with Jonah Hill that was completely like benign, and she interpreted it as much worse because of what was going on. Or maybe he didn't know how old she was. Maybe it was willing but not consensual because she's 16 and he would be 24. I don't know. I mean, or maybe it just never happened. You know? But again, it's innocent until proven guilty. Very difficult concept for a lot of people to understand. Innocent until proven guilty. Wow, I don't know what the fuck's on the side of my screen, but I do not want it there. Brady last week told Brady took to Instagram story to share screenshots of texts alleging from the Wolf of Wall Street star. I like how dude, get out of here with the ads. I like how they say all these things to get that like in the metadata. Wolf of Wall Street, Moneyball, Superbad. Star during the short-lived mid-pandemic relationship. In the messages, the sender accused Brady of violating her. Oh, okay, we don't care about this. Shut up. That's just some of the stupid person. Blah blah blah. We already looked through that. Here's another guy in an advertisement. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's literally it. Why? Every day's a new fucking accusation about something. Okay. Cool. Cool. Oh, there's actually tweets from her. Wait, there's a whole tweet thread. Why didn't this link us to the tweet thread? How do I get to this? How do I use Twitter? How do I use Twitter? All right. So this is her. I think that she was in the movie, the Marvel movie, Avengers, as the empath. It's the joke. This is Eat Predators. What the hell is this? I'll be hosting Eat Predators, a show this spring from the streets. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Let's see if we can find her tweet about Jonah Hill. This is from July 8th. Okay, it's a little far down here. She posts a lot, huh? Dude, she posts so much. Bro, she's a little obnoxious on here. What the fuck? She's going crazy. He was sleeping, aka... What is happening? How do I read tweets on Twitter? Which one comes first? I'm so fucking dumb. Okay, so this actually... Oh, this is all part of one thread. Gotcha. Now I understand. This is a thread. After reading Sarah Brady's admirable post about Jonah Hill, it wasn't admirable, but okay. Gotta say, when I was 16, I got invited to a house party at Justin Long's house where he was living with some lame predator actor from CSI Miami. What? Who's that? I'll look up the name later and find him. I feel like you should know his name. You're making quite an accusation. He was sleeping, aka assaulting a minor, a friend of mine that was also 16 or 17. Which one? Anyway. Jonah Hill came over at some point, and we were all pretty wasted because, of course, the predators were feeding us minors a bunch of alcohol. Why were they there at an alcohol-full party? Why did your parents let you go? Okay, whatever. Oh, yeah, this guy from my memory was with Justin Long. His name is Jonathan Togo. What did he do? Why is he a predator? What did he do? Okay. Okay. Also, why the fuck did you have children in your house at late at night? Ew. Okay. It's incredible. Wow, Justin Long's 45 years old. What the fuck? That's crazy. I've been traumatized by men in Hollywood. It's usually said the traumatic events I have lodged in my body and mind. Things have to change. Fuck Family Guy, too. What does Family Guy do? What's happening? What did Family Guy do? I'm so confused. Jonah Hill didn't hand me the cig, which I thought was weird. And then we walked back to the door, I asked him for it, and he said nothing but slammed me to the door and shoved his tongue down my throat. I was so appalled I pushed him off and ran inside. Hey, Justin Long, I find it interesting you being in a barbarian as a predator. It must have been weird playing some of your friends. Oh my god. You knew your roommate was assaulting a minor under your roof. You let it happen. Eek, I hope you regret it. This is crazy. Listen, I hate to dismiss her because if she says she's a victim, we should believe her and look further into it, but I think she's very desperate for attention. Maybe. I mean, you don't have to believe her. I think you should operate as if maybe she's not, like, we should operate as if she's not wrong. It's, you know what I mean? Like, look at it and see what's going on. But the way she's expressing herself is just kind of a little unhinged, but maybe that's just her expressing her trauma. Jonah Hill seemed to have his eyes on me because at one point I wanted a cigarette and he said he had one in his car right outside. Well, it wouldn't be inside. Didn't seem like too much of an effort, so I trusted him. I went outside and grabbed the cigs from his front seat. Just to know, Jonah Hill said if I wanted a cigarette, I had to come with outside to get it. He didn't want to go all alone. They were all aware I was 16. It's so confusing. Like, I wonder, and like, she's 16, so she's a kid, and I get that. Why did her parents let her go to a party full of drinking and cigarette smoking? And also, why were you smoking cigarettes at 16 in the first place? I wonder if they actually knew who she was. There's so many questions that are like unanswered. That emo guy from Wedding Crashers was there too. This type of predatory behavior was hyper normalized when I was a kid. I'm proud to see women standing up. Abusive men, badass. The problem with this kind of accusation is it's 15 years old. There's no way to prove it other than to take the word of a woman who's ranting about what happened to her when she was drunk off of her head 15 years ago. The time to speak up would have been then. Now it's okay. Well, I get what they're saying, but now it's impossible to tell who's telling the truth. Is Jonah Hill a gross predator who attacked a teenager? Maybe. Is Nicholas a broken woman who's lying? Maybe. Yeah, I guess that's probably the best way to look at it. If my math is right, that means you were 17. Jonah was 21. What? No, he's 8 years older. How the fuck did you come up with that math? She's 8 years younger than him. How the fuck did you come up with this math? Are you a fucking idiot? Okay. Okay. I knew instantly the Predator actor was Jonathan Toko, who was 100% pursued underage teen girls, especially fans who had message. Interesting. I've never heard of that before. You think got arrested for felony domestic violence? Well, I mean, that's not good, but I don't care about that. I mean, that's bad. Well, I do care about that, but that doesn't mean that he tries to molest little girls. Maybe. Jesus Christ. I need a list of people, male actors, it's okay to still like. At the moment, I feel pretty safe with. This took way longer than I should have done, but I've settled with Cillian Murphy. Who's that guy? Excuse me, I gotta stop burping on segments. I'm sorry. Oh, this guy. The Peaky Blinder. That was a good show. You guys should watch it. Don't tell me Justin Long was acting as himself in that bit. Okay, whatever. More men are pedophiles than you realize. A whole lot more. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I guess that's the last of what she said. Where was your mother? That's a good question. Where was your mother? Like, what? Where was your? Where is your? I like you said it's. I said it. Okay. Where was? You said it's pronounced Killian. How am I supposed to read that like that? Anyway, so that's a good question. Where was your mother? Because like maybe she did have these interactions and she was predatorialized with these people, but like why wasn't your parent? Not like why would your parent allow you to go somewhere like that? Like I wouldn't let my 16-year-old daughter go to a party with adults that were drinking, unless I was there. I mean, I'd let them drink. Because I was drinking when I was like, this is a joke. This never happened. I was drinking when I was like 14 years old at family parties. And that never happened. I'm lying. But I feel like as long as it's just beers, you know, as long as it's just beers before, 18 and you're around family so they can monitor you. I don't care personally. Stop blaming women, bro. Okay, well, what about your father then? What about your father? Not just your mother. Where's your father? Where are your parents? Stop blaming women, bro. How about where's my father, bro? Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, he left my mom when she was 6 months pregnant. Oh well, then yeah, I guess your father's already a deadbeat loser. So what's going on with your mom? Why'd she let you go? How about being critical towards the men allowing minors to be sexually assaulted, bro? Are you a bro? The fact that society quickly criticizes the mother rather than the parents is misogyny. Oh my god. The fact that you went off on like a whole rant about how they were sexist for not mentioning the father is annoying to me. I mean, maybe they're a fan of you and knew that your dad is a deadbeat piece of shit. Like, I don't know. But the question, it should be still asked, where were your parents? How come you didn't, you knew the question, and instead of like criticizing them for how come you didn't bring my father into it, and then answering is weird. Pretty simple, just letting you know so you don't perpetuate this type of archaic thinking. Bro, I can't. You still asked about my mother first. Secondly, she had no idea I was even there. How does she not even know? Teenagers tend to not be fully honest about where they really are. Sadly, blaming parents is not really. I don't know, man. I feel like your parents should have had a better eye on you. But okay, I guess that's an answer. Yeah. So I mean, listen. There's really nothing. I mean, I don't know. It's totally possible that this happened. It's also possible that it didn't. You know, maybe this woman is just going a little crazy now because she's frustrated and she's just expressing herself, and that's why she comes off as a little unhinged. But it kind of just, I don't know. You know, I tend to tune out a little bit when especially since she's championing this woman who is not a victim at all. The surfer instructor, she's not a victim. Those messages didn't matter. I don't know. So we're just going to kind of end it there. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but innocent until proven guilty. So that's how we're going to operate.